Hi guys, Mrs. Spielman here. Welcome back to week 3 of our distance learning. Our skill this week is going to be balance, but before we get started with that, I have a couple of housekeeping items. Some of you reported that when you click on the video, it's super itty bitty small. Well, the way to maximize that to full screen is once you hit play, down below it'll say the words YouTube. Touch the YouTube and it'll pop out into the web browser of YouTube, and you can do anything there as far as keeping it small or making it big. Also, if for some reason during the video you feel like it's going too fast, feel free to pause it at any time. There will be some times where I ask you to think about things, share something with a family member, or even perform an activity. So feel free to pause that at any time. Anyway, let's get started. Balance. What does it mean to have good balance? Well, you need balance to be able to maintain your body position during anything that you do. For example, sitting in a chair, walking up the stairs, walking on narrow surfaces like a tightrope or a balance beam. But why is it important to have good balance? Well, it allows us to be successful in all the things that we do. We need to be able to maintain those controlled positions during both static and dynamic activities. And we'll get into that in a little bit. So what activities or sports do you think require good balance? How many can you name? Go ahead and pause and tell a family member, or if they're busy, go ahead and write it down so you can share with them later. A couple of balances to talk about: symmetrical or asymmetrical. Symmetrical looks the same on both sides, where asymmetrical, they look different on each side. Take a look at each picture. Is the balance symmetrical or asymmetrical? Go ahead and pause the video and tell a family member or write it down to share with them later. All right, guys, it's your turn. Can you demonstrate a balance that uses your hands and feet that are symmetrical? Go ahead and move to an open, carpeted space in your house. Try to hold the balances for 5 seconds or longer. Only do the ones you feel comfortable doing. Don't forget to push play when you're done so we can move on to the next one. Go ahead and pause your video now. Great work, guys. Your turn again. Can you demonstrate a balance using your hands and feet that is asymmetrical? Make sure to hold each balance for 5 seconds or longer. Go ahead and go to an empty carpeted safe space and give these a try. Don't forget to hit the play button when you're done trying. Pause the video now. Way to go. I love your effort. Now let's talk about 2 different types of balance: static and dynamic. Static is when you're balancing and you're still. You're holding that balance. Take a look at those 2 pictures. Dynamic is when you are balancing and moving at the same time. Here are some more examples of static and dynamic balances. Take a look at each picture. How many have you tried? Go ahead and pause the video and tell a family member, or write it down to share with them later. All right, moving on to base of support. Well, what is it? Base of support is the part of the body or the object that's in contact with the supporting surface. Take a look at the cones. Which do you think is more stable, narrow or wide? You guessed it. The wider the base of the support, the more stable. Now, looking at each picture, can you identify the base of the support in the objects below? We have a chair, we have a balance board, a car, and a unicycle. Which part of these objects is in contact with the supporting surface? The base of support in these pictures is the ground. For the chair, it's the chair legs. For the balance board, it's the ball. For the car, it's the four wheels. And for the unicycle, it's the tire. It's your turn again. Can you balance like this? Try to hold these balances for 5 seconds or longer. Go ahead and pause the video, but don't forget to hit play when you're done. How about these next two? Can you balance like this? Go ahead and try to hold it for 5 seconds or longer. Pause the video. All right, guys, this is the end of our presentation. But in your lessons for the week, there will be more chances to try more balances as well as other activities to keep you active. Thanks for always trying your best, even if something is challenging. Having a growth mindset allows you to achieve more. Have a great week, third graders.